In this video, I'll be covering songs from CS50's problem set 7. Okay, so what we're supposed to do in this problem set, we are given a database and we have to answer the questions that this problem set is asking us based on the database we are given, based on the tables we are given in the database. So for example, list all the songs in the database, list the names of the song in increasing order of tempo and so on. Alright, so let me just download the distribution code and we can get started. Alright, so let's run schema just for a moment. And we have to enter the database with the SQLite tree command schema. Okay, so these are the two tables we are given. Okay, so we are given the songs table and the artist table, and they are connected by ID. So both of them has the same artist ID. So this number is similar to this number such that it is used as a relational data. So the first question is write a SQL query to list the names of all the songs in the database. So select star list the names. Okay, so select the name because we want to print the name from the songs database. So from songs. Okay, so this is all the names of the 100 songs that we are given, and let me just copy this and paste it in 1.sql. So awesome. Moving on to question number 2. Write an SQL query to list the names of all the songs in increasing order of tempo. So many of you might have forgotten how to filter the table in terms of a specific data such as tempo. So in that scenario, you guys could just Google. So let me just Google it, right? Okay, how to filter data in SQLite based on specific columns. Okay, so you can just click here, maybe basic queries with select. How to order. Okay, it's not really filter, it's order. Okay, so we can use the order by command. So it's gonna be select. We want to select the name, right, from the songs table, and we want to order by the column, and the column in our case is gonna be tempo. Okay, so TMPO, and we want it to be in increasing order of tempo, which is gonna be ascending order. Okay, and the semicolon, and so this is what we got. So it's gonna be something like this. Okay, so select name from, okay, let's just make it look nice, from songs and order by tempo ASC, and ending with semicolon. So that should be correct. Now moving on to number 3. Okay, so number 3, write a SQL query to list the names of the top 5 longest songs in descending order of length. So similar to what we did previously, select name from songs, and we want to order by the length, right? Okay, so for the length, it's gonna be the duration ms. Okay, order by duration underscore ms, and we want it to be in descending order, so DSC if I'm not wrong, DESC. Okay, so DESC, and we want it to limit at 5, so let's try limit 5 semicolon, and there we go. So this is how we get the top 5 songs in terms of the length. Okay, so select name from songs, order by duration, limit 5 seconds. Okay, so we are done with the third question. Now the fourth question, write a SQL query that lists the names of any songs that have danceability, energy, and valence greater than 5. So let's do that. So select name from songs where. Okay, so this time we're using the where keyword. where the danceability, so danceability is more than 0.75 and energy is more than 0.75 and the valence is more than 0.75. okay, so let's see what we get here. Okay, so we get 5 song names, so this should be correct. Copy and paste it here. Okay, now moving on to the 5th question. Write a SQL query that returns the average energy of all the songs. Your query should output a table with a single column and a single row containing the average energy. Okay, so for this you might need a brand new SQL command, so you guys can search basically how to get an average value from a table. So let's just give it a search, getting average value from SQL table. So yeah, click here and you can just look into it. Select average column name from the table. So that's pretty straightforward. So let's do that. Select average. What's the name of the column? It's gonna be energy. Okay, from songs. Okay, so that's all. We got the energy. Okay, so let's copy this and paste it at number 5. Moving on to number 6. Write a SQL query that lists the names of songs that are by Post Malone. Your query should output a table with a single column for each of the song. Okay, so this is where we make use of the 2 tables, right? So we are given the table called songs and the table called artists. So let's do that. So select songs, select name from songs where the artist ID is equals to, and here it's a bit special, you write a bracket and you select the artist ID. Okay, so where ID, select ID from artists where name is equals to Post Malone. Okay, so what's going on here? First we want to select names from songs. Okay, so it's gonna be listing out the names where the artist ID, okay, so we want the artist ID to be Post Malone, and here we want to write artist ID equals to the Post Malone's artist ID. So here we select ID, okay, because we want artist ID to be equals to ID from the artist table where the name data is going to be Post Malone. So that should be the answer. Let's just copy and paste and test it out, and there you see all the Post Malone songs. Okay, and even for this, right, if you're not sure how to do this, you guys can just do a quick Google search, how to compare 2 tables in SQLite database. Okay, so then they will tell you in SQLite compare 2 tables. Okay, so yeah, select names from where blah blah blah, and then you bracket what is from table 2, and that's exactly what we did here. So the first one is using one table, and then we use a bracket, and then we from another table. Okay, so now moving on to question number 7. If you guys are unsure about anything that I'm saying, just comment down below and I'll try to help you guys out. But all these questions is just a Google search away, so just do a Google search, and if you guys are not comfortable with that, you guys could also use this duck debugger. You guys can ask it questions, and it's probably like ChatGPT, but I haven't really got the opportunity to use it yet. If it doesn't work, you guys could just use ChatGPT, but I'm sure this will be helpful enough. Okay, so now moving on to question 7. Write a SQL query that returns the average energy of songs that are by Drake. Okay, so let's do that. Select select average energy, okay, from songs where the artist ID is equals to select ID from artists where name is equals to Drake. So it's the similar question it's a similar concept as what we did for the to answer the sixth question. Okay, so once again we are selecting what we want to display from the table where the artist ID is, and then we write bracket because we are trying to extract this data from a brand new table. Okay, and then the data from the other table, and from that table, and then we write the condition. Okay, so that's about it. Let's try this out, and yeah, it seems to give a 0.599, which I think is the correct answer. Now question number 8. Write a SQL query that lists the names of the songs that feature other artists. The songs that feature other artists will include feed dot in the name of the song. And for this, even I was unsure and I had to Google it up. So I think even now I still have to Google it up. Actually, maybe not. But okay. So how we want to do this is basically select name from songs where, and then it's gonna be something different. So let's give it a Google search. How to filter data in SQLite. In SQLite based on keyword in names. Okay, so filtering data with a variable name of criteria. Filter data in SQLite based on if the name contains a keyword. There, okay, so we found it. So you guys have to switch up your questions a little bit and stuff. So what you guys can do is basically something like this. Select from users where column is like this. Okay, so select name from songs where the name is like, and then we have the wildcard. Okay, so it's gonna be dot fit, and that should be the answer. Sorry, not this. I went wrong. Fit dot, sorry, it's not dot fit, it's fit dot. Okay, so yeah, now we have printed out all the songs which feed people. Yeah, so just give some of these answers a read and you will be able to figure it out. Like, yeah, they mentioned the like operator, and yeah, we have to use the like operator. Okay, so yeah, that's about it. And finally we have the answers.txt. Okay, so in this answers.txt, what we have to do is basically find out the person's audio aura. Okay, so this is a bit complex in the sense that even I was very confused about what they are asking for, but it's basically trying to figure out what kind of music the person listens to, like happy, calm, hopeful. And at least for me, I thought we would have to figure out the corresponding hue for the mood that the user listens to. Okay, so how I did it was basically they want us to figure out the aura by looking at average energy, valence, and danceability of the music, right? So by looking at, here's more in-depth data about the person's music listening preferences based on average energy, valence, and danceability. So then you know, they mentioned average energy, valence, and danceability, right? So I guess what we can do is just figure out what is the average valence, energy, and danceability, which I think we found. So yeah, so average energy. Okay, so if we are using energy, then we can write like average energy of music is 0.659. Okay, and then next we have valence. So valence is average valence of music is 0.4844. Okay, and then we have danceability. Okay, so 0.716. Okay, and then some of these things like energy, valence, danceability, you might not even know what they mean, right? So you guys can do a quick search about what they even are. Okay, so let's just do a quick search. Okay, so energy, valence, danceability on Spotify music data API meaning. Okay, so you guys can just try to understand what each of these things mean, right? Okay, so like for example, energy is a measure of sorry, I'll just make this smaller. Yeah, typically energetic, blah blah blah. Okay, you know what, this doesn't tell us anything except for that some of the music are just very energetic, it's loud, noisy, and whatnot. It doesn't really tell me anything about the user's aura. Okay, but for valence, right, I noticed how I could use valence to determine what the person's aura might be. Okay, so valence, a measure of musical positiveness conveyed by the track. A higher valence represents a positive music, a lower valence is more negative. So what I could write here is basically the valence of music that the user listened to was average, showing that the user listens to both happy and sad music. Showing that the user listens to both happy and sad music. Hence, okay, so, and somehow I just thought that, okay, blue might be a good aura hue, okay, for the user, because is more emotional, listen to music that is to let out their feelings. So I guess that's why I would do a conclusion. The valence of music that the user listened to was average, showing that the user listens to both happy and sad music. Hence, I would conclude the user is from the let me wrap this view. User is from the blue mood. This person listens to music to six out music. This person six out music to feel their feelings out loud. Okay. Yeah, so that's my conclusion to the first question. So now moving on to the next question. Hypothesize about why the way we've calculated this aura might not be very representative of the listener. What better ways of calculating this aura would you propose? Okay, so this question is way more easier than the previous question. You can just say that the data from his top 100 songs might not give accurate information of the user. We might need to have more data from what the user is listening to. Apart from that, yeah, you know what, I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, okay, let's try to do check 50 to check if everything was alright. Let's leave the SQL light. Okay, so we have gotten green for every one of the checks. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys liked it, hit the like button and subscribe. If you guys have any questions, comment down below and I'll try my best to help you guys out, and see you guys on the next video. Bye bye.